before we start off with what a compiler is, its functionality, how does it work, how do we design a compiler, what are the different phases that are involved when we design a compiler. Okay, let us quickly have a look into what are the different tools that are closely associated with the compiler, and when we try to compile any source code. Okay, so what are the additional tools that are required in order to get the desired output. Okay, apart from that, let us also have a quick look into what a language processing system is, because these two things are also very important. Okay, so we are aware that computers are a balanced mixture of hardware and software. We know that hardware is a mechanical device, whereas software is a logical unit that controls the hardware. Okay, and so when we talk about the instructions that hardware understand, it is generally it's generally in the form of electronic charges. Okay, and in software programming, okay, binary language is the counterpart of the instruction that the hardware understands. Okay, and when we talk about binary language, what strikes our mind is the two alphabets, zeros and ones. Okay, and when we need to write any code, okay, so that we have to instruct the hardware, the code has to be written in the series of zeros and ones, and for a computer programmer to write the code in a series of zeros and ones seems quite impossible, and it tends to be quite difficult to write such code. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so a question arises. So what are we supposed to do when we have to instruct the hardware, and we have to instruct the hardware in such a manner that it understands what we are trying to instruct, so that it acts accordingly. Okay, so in that particular case, we can think of having a translator. Okay, translator are something that translate one form of the language into another form, so that the translated form is understood by the underlying hardware. Okay, so this is where the compiler, or rather say interpreter, also plays a very important role. So moving on to the next, okay, before discussing about what compiler is, interpreter is, let's have a look into language processing system. Why am I discussing language processing system is, whenever we tend to translate a high level language into a form which is easily understood by the underlying hardware. Okay, so we require a translator, as I've already told you. Okay, but in order to translate it, the program that a computer programmer writes has to be fed into a series of tool and the operating system components to get the desired output. Okay, and so the entire system that takes in the source code, feeds it into, comprises of series of tools and the components in order to get the target or the desired code. So that system is known as a language processing system. In order to enhance what a language processing system, I've even come up with this particular diagram comprising of the different tools that a language processing system has, and how the source code is taken by the different tools of the language processing system, and how the target code is finally loaded into the memory. That is all described using this particular block diagram. Okay, so we can even say that pre-processing, compilation, assembling, linking, loading, and finally loading the code into the main memory, these are nothing but the phases that is involved when we convert or translate a high level language into binary language. Okay, so from the diagram, it's quite clear what are the input that individual phases take in, and what are the output that the individual phases generated. However, we will try and have a look into what additional task this different tools does. Okay, so preprocessor, from the diagram it's clear that it takes in the source code and generates a pre-processed code. Okay, so preprocessor also generates the output and give it as an input to the next phase, that is the compilation phase. Okay, apart from that, what preprocessor does, it also deals with augmentation, language extension, macro processing, file inclusion, apart from producing the input for the compiler. Okay, so the next tool that we have in a language processing system is a compiler. Okay, as I've already told you that the main task of the compiler is to translate the high level language into the form that a computer system or the underlying hardware understands. Okay, and when we talk about a translator, apart from compiler, there is one more translator, that is interpreter. Okay, and the task of the interpreter and compiler is same. Compiler also translates one form of language into another, and interpreter also does does the same. But where does the difference lie? Okay, so there are basically two important differences between a compiler and an interpreter, though it acts as a translator. Both acts as a translator. The difference is when a compiler has to compile certain source code, what it does is it reads the entire source code and then converts it into the intermediate form, executes the whole program. Okay, and this involves several passes or phases, what you call. However, when a source code is fed to an interpreter, what it does is it does not take the entire source code as a whole. Rather, it reads the one statement from the input source code, converts it into an intermediate form, executes it, then only it takes the next statement. Okay, in simple word, we can summarize it as a compiler reads the entire source code at one particular go, converts it into intermediate form, executes it. Okay, interpreter on the other hand takes the source code line by line or statement by statement, and each statement is converted into intermediate code before the next statement is taken into account. Okay, and the next difference between the compiler and the interpreter is in terms of the error what you call reporting. Okay, so whenever the error occurs, what will the interpreter do is interpreter will stop its execution and report the error to the error handler component. Okay, whereas the compiler reads the entire source code, and as and when the error is encountered by the compiler, it keeps accumulating it. Okay, so once the entire source code is read by the compiler and all the accumulated errors are at one particular go, at the end of the reading of the entire source code, it is reported to the error handler phase. Okay, so I think the two differences between the compiler and the interpreter is clear. The third the third component or the third tool that we have in a language processing system is the assembler. Okay, assembler, from the diagram we can see that the compiler generates a target assembly code which is fed as an input to the assembler. Assembler in turn generates a machine code. Okay, so assembler translates the assembly language program into machine code, and we know that the output that is generated by the assembler is called relocatable object file. Okay, or relocatable object code, or we also call it as a machine code. Okay, and then the next tool we have is linker. Okay, from the diagram you can check it out that the machine code or the object code is fed to the linker and the executable code is generated. Apart from generating the executable code, the linker also links different files and relocatable modules and so on. This is what the diagram shows. Okay, similarly, if I'll just have a look into the definition and the functionality, so the linker is a computer program. Definitely all the modules are the computer programs or the instruction that links and merges the various object files together in order to come up with a .exe file, or what we call it as an executable code. Okay, so and apart from that, the major or the most important task of the linker is to search and locate the reference module or routines in the program and to determine the memory location where these codes will be loaded further by the loader. And finally we have loader. So loader, we already know that it's a part of an operating system. Okay, so you might have already we have already done the subject called, we are already familiar with the subject called operating system and the internal functionalities. So loader is a part of the operating system, and the main task or the responsibility of the loader is to load the executable file that is generated by the executable file. Okay, so executable file, okay, it is generated by the linker. Okay, so the loader, what it does is it loads the executable file into the memory and executes them. Okay, so we can say that first the preprocessor produces the input for the compiler, and apart from that it does augmentation, file inclusion, etc. A compiler translates it, the high level language, into the machine language, and the assembler translates the machine language or the assembly language into object code. Okay, linker links and merges the various object code together in order to come up with an executable code, and finally the loader, which is the part of the operating system, loads the executable file that is generated by the linker into the memory. memory and executes them. So that is how the entire scenario is done. Apart from that, I have also highlighted in this slide two important components like cross compiler and source to source compiler. Okay, you can just have a look into the definition. I think it will be clear to you all.